Yahoo's decided to change the default league size. 10 teams when you join a public league is what you get. So let's do a mock draft. 10 teams, 9 categories. Michael Bolton.
Thanks, Josh. It's Michael Bolton here, and it's time for another episode of the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it, indeed.
You are Locked On Fantasy, your daily NBA fantasy podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome to the Locked On Fantasy Basketball Podcast, brought to you by Basketball Monster. My name is Josh Lloyd, and I am also retiring Vince Carter's jersey. I'm also the lead fantasy analyst at basketballmonster.com, and you can find me on Twitter, as always, at redrock_bball, on TikTok at redrock_bball, and on Instagram at Locked On Fantasy Basketball. Today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Thank you also for making Locked On Fantasy Basketball your first listen every day. We are free, and we are available on all platforms, so give it a thumb up and a double bang and leave your comments down below. Like I said, if you go onto Yahoo and play in a public prize league, I cannot do that anymore. Not anymore. I cannot do it ever because of location restrictions. The default is not 12 teams anymore. It is 10. So, I haven't done a 10-team mock draft. It is the second most popular size of leagues. I think we should look to more doing 12s because 10 is just way too shallow unless you're expanding rosters, which of course Yahoo is not. But I'm going to do more 10-team mock drafts because of this purpose. So, this is a 9-category head-to-head mock. Now, I am not hosting it on Yahoo because hosting a mock draft on Yahoo, if I'm going to do just a regular mock draft, it's annoying. People drop in, drop out. If I'm going to set up a league and try and do it, like there's so many restrictions on how to work it from a content perspective. So it is hosted on Fantrax, but whatever. We're doing it because of Yahoo default settings. I'm actually using the stupidity of Yahoo's default settings, including 2 centers as well. So that's part of it also. Again, an incredibly insane setting. But this is what, if you join a public prize league, 10 teams, 2 centers. That's what we're going to be looking at right here. I am picking at, I don't know what order I'm going to pick in. I'll decide that in a sec. But today's episode is brought to you by the Game Time app. Actually, that says it's brought to you by FanDuel, which it also is, but we will get to that in a sec. It's actually currently brought to you by the Game Time app. When you are looking for tickets to an event, Game Time is going to be your first port of call. It's your first choice. We know it is. And they're always looking to step up and elevate their game. And the new thing they've put out now is Game Time Picks. So when you go on to Game Time, of course, you get all the features you loved. You get the views from your seat. You get the zone deals. You get the flash deals. They chuck an alert on your phone. Hey, something's happening around the corner, mate. Prices are dropping. Do you want to go? And you go, of course. Why wouldn't I? Prices are dropping. We love live events, sports, concert, music, theater, whatever. But sometimes when you go in there and you go into the Game Time app, because there's so many different things available, there are just a lot of different ticket options. So Game Time Picks sorts through the stuff, finds the good ones, and shows them to you. So you know that you're getting value with those tickets. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets to events with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create that account and redeem the code LOCKEDON NBA for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. Today's episode is also brought to you by, surprisingly, FanDuel Sportsbook. The NFL season has started and you can get a big return with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. All new customers, you've got something that's going to come your way and it's fantastic. You can be watching a game and you might say, oh, I'm going to go check some stats. Well, you can do that on the FanDuel app. You go, hey, let's check the play-by-play because I'm out and about, not in front of a TV, and let's go into the app and see that as well. All in the same place where you place your bet. So you might see something in the middle of the game and go, oh, this is an interesting little development. I've analyzed that from the stats, and you go place your bet right there, right then. All that's happening. And of course, not just the NFL. You got it for all different sports. FanDuel covers so many different things. And as a new customer, if you place a $5 bet, you get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. So go ahead to FanDuel.com right now to get started. And don't forget to gamble responsibly. All right, we are a few minutes away from this mock draft starting. So we might as well have a look. 10 teams, 9 category, fantasy mock draft. Let me go figure out where I'm picking, and I'll come back to you in a sec. All right, we're in. I'm picking at number 2 in this draft. Let's get in and see exactly what happens. We had a little bit of a false start waiting for someone to arrive. They didn't. I booted them. We're ready to go. Let's flip the draft board over. I should have just pushed it this way. All right, let's hit the unpause, and we are off and running. So I'm at 2, Aiden Vahidi at number 1. Aiden is always around on this channel, in the comments on YouTube, in the mock drafts. He takes Wemby at 1. Okay, and I'll take Jokic at 2. Let's go with that one. Let's see where everyone else goes. We've got Ad Hamey, Slim Reapers, Aiden Fantasy Basketball, AY3, Michael Bolton's Mullet, good name, Cotolino, Kiwi Tour, and Damo 6, even though it says Damien 6. But we're off, we're running. Ad Hamey, I know you've been in here. Let's make a pick, mate. Maybe, hopefully. Bad start, slow start. It says you're there. I will be pausing this if it does not work. Make the pick, my guy. All right, his phone glitched out. Let's unpause the draft, and now we can make this correct pick. I'm sure it'll be the same pick of Luka Doncic, and it is, of course. Luka Doncic 3, you know my concerns with that. It's a 2-game playoff week. It's either first week of Yahoo playoffs or it's last week of my recommended playoffs. If it's first week, I think it's all right. I wouldn't want to do it for championship week, and I think there is similarity between other guys. It's okay. Also, don't have a gigantic concern if you want to take Luka at 3. I'm not thinking that it's a terrible decision or anything along those lines. So, here we go. We are off and running. So, Giannis at 5 and AD at 6. That is basically stock standard in terms of the way that these drafts go. I haven't really seen anything change there. Halliburton at 7 is where it starts to get interesting, and that's where he went. Some people, this is where the Embiid area jumps in, and I'm not going to be for that, as you're well aware, I'm sure. So we'll find out where this goes now. So Cotolino, whoa! Sabonis at 8 is a crazy pick, and yeah, maybe I was gonna say maybe it works out. It doesn't. What are we doing? I know it's a weird spot in the draft, but Sabonis at 8 does not really make sense to me. I don't understand why we would do that. I don't mind Sabonis at 13, 15, 17. At 8 seems pretty crazy. Embiid goes at 9. And Damo, you were here and you just dropped out. You were a late replacement? Oh, there he is. LaMelo Ball at 10. Oh, what? Okay. All right. Now, I do like LaMelo Ball for this season. I think he's at times being undervalued. I'm not sure 10 makes him undervalued, though. Damien 6 takes James Harden, which this equates to pick number 11. Very, very, very curious to me that Sabonis, LaMelo, and Jim Harden all went before Trae Young and Jason Tatum. And so Trae Young goes there along with Joel Embiid. That is intriguing. Didn't expect to see that. So back to Cotolino, who took Sabonis, and then Tatum. So, if he had to flip those and Tatum at 8, as much as I don't love Tatum at 8, you take Tatum at 8 and Sabonis on the flip back around at 13, I go, not bad. Oh, Scott Barnes at 14. This is getting aggressive, but I like that. I don't want people following exactly what I do. It's the point of that mock draft. That's stupid. Steph Curry at 15. Okay. We are seeing Durant and Edwards slide further than I really ever see them. Well, there goes Edwards. I better start concentrating on my pick. There goes Edwards at 16. I will not take Durant with my pick if it gets to that. But I think you'll go before that. Devin Booker goes at 17. But I actually don't know who I'm going to take. Ad Hamey, you can run that down, mate. I hope your phone's not glitching again, because I'm just still trying to think what I'm actually going to do here. This is there goes Durant. So that decision is taken out of my hands. So I've got Jokic, obviously. 28 seconds. What can I do? Yeah, look, my options aren't ideal. 19 seconds. I'm going to snag Lillard there, I think. Yeah, I'm going to take Dame Lillard. I don't feel super good about that pick. I could have gone with LeBron. Chet was an option. Don Mitchell was an option. In fact, to me, Mitchell and Lillard were a bit of a toss-up, but I do see Lillard slide a little bit. I wanted to just put him onto this team and see how it works out. Mitchell will go into my queue as who I grab in the next pick. Chet, I imagine, is going to go here with Wemby. Aiden's going to grab Chet to go with Wemby is my guess, and that'll lock him down on blocks. Oh, he takes Don Mitchell. Okay. And I think he will take Chet here. Now, this might be an okay, and I'm not like, do I take Brunson, actually? So do I look at Chet as my guy? I think I might take Brunson. I'll chuck Chet into the queue. Kyrie's an option as well. We're getting into the Kyrie. I haven't done a 10-team draft at all this season. Yeah. Fox. Ooh, Kyrie does go here. So I can take Chet. Is Chet my guy here? 24 seconds, or is Brunson my guy? I don't feel... Yeah, because I think Chet gets overrated somewhat in fantasy rankings. Is Fox my guy? Not really. Let's take Brunson. I want the scoring. I want to lock down some scoring. It's hard to get as we go through. Well, that's not true. Everyone will score 4 points, or 7 points, or 8 points, but getting anywhere close to average scoring becomes impossible. So I will leave Chet, and I know that he won't come back around, but I am very, very happy with getting assists and points here. I am very happy with how that sits, and my free throws are pretty locked down as well. They're pretty locked down. So there goes Chet, one pick after to add Hamey, followed by Kawhi, who I just am not super interested in. At pick 24, I am absolutely not interested in taking him until I get maybe into the 40s. And LeBron goes next. I didn't mention his name, but LeBron and Paul George were in consideration for me with Brunson at that spot. But LeBron and Paul George go back-to-back 25, 26, and then the Bronco at 27, Jalen Williams. Wow. All right, wasn't expecting that. I don't mind it, but I wasn't expecting it. Now, this is to me is where we are, or Şengün goes, so that's right, but we are seeing a fall of Fred VanVleet, Tyrese Maxey here, and we are seeing a fall of De'Aaron Fox. Maxey goes at 29 to basically round out round 3. Now it's Damo 6, who shocked us all by going with LaMelo at pick 10. I think he's got to take Fox here. But VanVleet has slid, man. Oh, there he goes. All right, VanVleet at 30. That's really good value to get Freddles there. I like it. If you want to know where we're sitting in terms of availability of stats and scarcity, is that points and assists are still by far the most scarce stats at this point, and blocks and field goal percentage and obviously turnovers are the easiest ones to get. Jaren Jackson goes to Kiwi Tour to pair with Joel Embiid. So he's got Embiid Maxey, which, you know what? I don't mind that because obviously Maxey's usage will rise. I wouldn't take Embiid, but Maxey's usage will rise when Embiid is out. So it gives you a slight boost. But Fox is sliding a lot here. But we also remember, like we will continue to say, after the first 6 picks or so, there's about 25 third-round players. So we can get to the start of the 4th round. There'll be a bunch of third-round players available that you go, oh, they should have gone earlier. But yeah, that's because there's just too many in this sort of area. So after VanVleet at 30, went Mobley 31, Jaren 32, Ja Morant 33, sorry, and then DeJounte 34. I like that value for DeJounte. I've been working on, and I know people ask me all the time about my weightings for categories. I'm going to do a whole show on this when we're going to put Durant 2.0 out on Basketball Monster. I'm going to talk about weightings and ranking formulas, but I've been working on something a little bit different. So you might see some of my picks not make sense with what a traditional ranking might suggest, and that'll be why. This is getting... So De'Aaron Fox goes. That's good. I like that value. This is getting towards the Zion Williamson stage for me. I don't know that I'll do it. I think I'm going to go for... Oh, Karl Anthony Towns goes. I'm going to take Jalen Johnson if he becomes available for me. Towns at 37, just finished doing the Minnesota Timberwolves show. Larry Markkinen, that is later than you see Markkinen go, 38, and I will take Jalen Johnson here. Why has Jalen Johnson got small foot eligibility? All right, I'll take Jalen. The other guys in consideration for me were Cade Cunningham, who I very, very heavily considered. Zion, quickly. Jaylen Brown, all in this area. What I do on the way back around, I don't really... I'll take... Well, Cade or Zion. It's going to be those two. We're also getting into where Jimmy Butler starts to become a value in the 40s, probably more 50s. The other one to me is Ayton, and I know that people will hate this, but you took Cunningham. That's annoying. People will hate the idea of Julius Randle around here, but I actually like it. The Mitchell Robinson injury news means that maybe Randle can snag an extra 1 block a week. Maybe the field goal percentage rises somewhat. Maybe. But more importantly, I think that he can grab more rebounds, which further solidifies value there. You took Zion. The 2 guys I wanted. Aiden, I know you're not listening to me because this isn't live, but that's somewhat annoying. So, what's my team doing? Is Emmanuel quickly in play for me? Really get, like, assists locked down? Or do I just go with, like, a Jalen Brownie Brown? There's a lot of options available here. I'm going to take Jalen Brown. I hate it. I hated making that pick. Why wouldn't I just take quickly? So stupid. So dumb. That's okay. I'll cry about it later. Julius Randle. Oh, Julius Randle at 43 is... It's eye-opening. I'm not against it. But I just didn't expect anyone else would do it. The headmaster goes at 44, Jamal Murray. Seems about right. Is there any chance that quickly gets back to me? Probably not, but we'll try it out anyway. We'll throw him in the queue. The other guy I'm going to want on the way back around is probably DeAndre Ayton, the Snowman. Not sure he makes it back. And even a Pascal... Oh, well, there goes Siakam there. At 4, that's early, actually. 45 for Siakam. That's a little on the early side for me. Would it be outrageous, probably, for me to consider... Yeah, it's probably outrageous. For me to consider Hartenstein. Miles Turner at 46. Looking okay. Oh, there goes quickly. That's annoying at number 47. There is upside in... Look, out of these guys that will win in this round, I think Zion's got upside to beat by 1 to 2 rounds. I think quickly does too. I'm not sure others do. Jimmy Butler, obviously, there's annoyance with him and games missed and age. And the fact that steals really dropped last season. One of the perfect illustrations of my thoughts on talking about the variance of the steals category. It's just all over the shop. And I think you guys are well aware of that. I'm going to throw Paolo into my queue as well. I get the feeling Paolo will go, but Jimmy Butler goes at 48, Desmond Bain at 49. I think Damo is going to take Paolo with one of these spots. There goes Franz Wagner before Paolo is not something you always see, but I get it. I get why people would do it. Whatever. So what do I need on my team now? What do I need to look at? I got 50% shooting, 82 from the line, so happy there. 6 assists, 7 rebounds, happy. 24 points, happy. 1.1 steals is where I'm a little low on, but we all know the variance of that, don't we? DeMar DeRozan goes at 51. A smidge, a bee's dick too early, but that's fine. Actually, you know who I want? I think I want Jarrett Allen. I want to lock down some rebounds. We'll see if he makes it back to me. Derek White goes at 52. Jalen Duren is going to be in this zone as well. Not sure I lean that way. Hartenstein's the other one. And a guy I'd like to get my hands on... Well, I will get my hands on Paolo if he's there. Oh, the Snowman. I'll go Bear? I don't think so. I don't think I'll go Bear. Well, there goes Giddy at 53. All right. Jarrett Allen at 54. I'll make Cotolino just going to the beat of his own drum, which is great. I love that. Who knows? It's not like Sabonis at 8 feels high. Giddy at 53 feels high, but it's not ridiculous. I see people are coming around to my idea of Tobias Harris now that when I took him at 52 or whatever it was in my first mock, that people just criticize that the whole way through, and now it's just commonplace. Rudy Gobert goes at 56. 2 picks away from mine. Darius Garland goes. That's solid at 57. Just me trying to recalibrate the round numbers with... Oh, you bastard. Took Paulo Banchero there at 58. Recalibrate the idea of a round number and a pick number in a 10 team versus 12 is interesting. I will just snag the Snowman here, DeAndre Ayton, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do on the way back around. Duren's still there. Brandon Miller and Hartenstein are going into my queue. Just scrolling down to see who else is available to me. Cam Thomas will go in my queue. So I took DeAndre Ayton at 59. Obviously, clear risk in terms of role or future and what team he plays for. Oh, Nick Claxton at 60. Okay. We're just trying to see where value is adjusting at the moment. Like, points are still by far the hardest category to get. It's getting a little harder to get field goal percentage, a little easier to get threes. So I've got to make sure with my field goals, they're sitting at 51, which is very good. Like, do I lock it down with Duren, get rebounds and field goals? Or do I do that with Hartenstein? Although, more uncertainty with... Oh, there goes Miles Bridges ahead of Mikal Bridges. Not going to say I was expecting that, but this might be a... My assist still good? 5.5, yeah. Assist is still hard to get. I think I can get Poole later on or Simons later on. I'm going to take... I know his blocks aren't great, but I'm not actually that worried about that. Let's take Jalen Duren. So if you look at my team over there, I've got a small forward spot available. That's 3 actual centers that I've got. So I need a small forward and a forward on my team. And I've got 1 flex left. But it is a 2-center league like a Yahoo default. So getting those extra centers is useful. Well, that is incredibly early and insane to take Kristaps Porzingis there. Like, that wasn't even an auto draft. That is absolutely ridiculous to take him there. Nick Vucevic goes at 64, and while I'm not big on Vuce, it's totally reasonable to be considering him there. What I really need to make sure I'm looking at now is... Yeah, my threes are not strong, but I can deal with that later. I need to go back to the assist well, but I don't... Oh, actually, you know what? Jaylen Brown, you're going to slide to being one of my small forwards. So that opens up my guard slot there, my shooting guard slot. So after Vooch goes Mikal Bridges, but who is my shooting guard? I've got Cam Thomas or Jordan Poole or D'Angelo Russell. Oh, they've all got that eligibility. That's great. We'll throw Levine in the queue. We'll throw Mark Williams in the queue too. So, all right. After Mikal Bridges, one of the things you're going to find often in terms of when you're looking at projections and which team look the best is the teams that punt assists or punt points often rise to the top of projections. Those teams become lower volume teams and they become more susceptible, I believe, to injuries, schedule anomalies. So it can look good in projections and in standings. And it is one of those things that punt assists does tend to work out pretty well because assists and points are hard categories to find. But it does leave you a little bit more susceptible, especially, and it's percentages as well, because when you've got lower volume, that every miss has increased weight. After Hartenstein, who went at 67, went Ingram. I don't like that at 68. Beal at 69, I do like. And Brandon Miller at 70, I also like Brando around that spot. Although, while everyone's frothing Brandon Miller, there were some significant issues with his fantasy game last season, like significant. And I'm not sure that they've all necessarily been solved or it's all figured out yet. I need assists and steals. Where am I going to get them? Anunoby just goes. It's 71. Cam Thomas, Jordan Poole. If it's a Zubats, will be an option for me later. Suggsy. Tyler Hero goes. Okay. So Zach LaVine, I don't know what to expect from him, so I'm not going to be against Zach. But I'm just really uncertain. Simons at 73, Mark Williams 74. Okay. I'm a little surprised that Cam Thomas has gone down this far. Not that it's super far down, but we're up to 75. I am shocked that people haven't gone that direction yet. I'm going to throw Zubats just in case into the queue. Just so he can get on the back end. Brook Lopez goes. Well, that's... Oh, Trey Murphy. Oh, these are going early. You don't normally see them at this spot. 76 for Brook and 77 for Trey. And now we are getting to my pick. Do I take Cam here? Well, there goes Kuzma at 78. Cam Thomas at 79? Or do I take D'Lo? Yeah, give me D'Lo. And then Poole and Thomas are some options to the flip back. Yeah, okay. All right. I tend to be seeing D'Lo be available to me in areas that I like around this 80 spot. And I don't think we're going to get as many issues with him that we got with Ham and D'Lo last season. Oh, Aiden. He took Cam Thomas. Don't take Jordan Poole as well, or there's going to be absolutely nothing happen, but I'm going to be annoyed. So who's, as Bill Goldberg once said, who's next? I don't really know. How is this possible that you then took Jordan Poole as well as Cam Thomas? How is that possible? That's twice on the flip around you took the two guys I wanted. How? Now I actually don't know what to do. I've got 16 seconds left. I'm going to take... I'm going to take Austin Reeves. Upside value if LeBron is hurt as well. Smelly pick. Don't love it. Could have gone with a Caruso there. But the lack of scoring. And I think he maybe flies back around to me. I think Zubats is one that I'll get hopefully on the way back around. Like, I think I'm okay. Well, Reeves at 82. So, Min Thompson at 83. Yeah, we are. That is, wow. That team at Hamey, I am almost certain when I look at my projected standings, it'll be last because taking Porzingis at round 7 doesn't make sense, and taking a man there is way too early for my mind. Keegan Murray goes next. Yucca Pirtle, that's good for Pirtle 85. Murray at 84 is fine-ish. You know who's also going to be getting close to my pick is bloody old mate Ron Barrett. Maybe. We'll throw him in. We'll throw Jabari Smith in. After Pirtle, there goes Zubats. So I guess I'm not taking... Oh, no. Is this the center run? Oh, no. Oh, no. I've missed it. Oh, no. And there goes Caruso as well. There's still Kessler. There's still Valanciunas, who might be a pick for me. Throw Nurk and Kessler in. Because I'm as much as I don't necessarily need a center, I wouldn't mind one. I've got one flex left. What's Cotolino doing? He's been... Ooh, okay. Drew Holiday, yeah, that's totally reasonable. He's been mixing... Oh, Kiwi Tour. Can you not do that? You took Jonas Valanciunas, a pick 89. The bucket, John Kuminga, is someone who is lingering for me. And I am almost certain if I don't take Kuminga at round 10, not that he's someone I have to have, but if I don't take him, Aiden will 100% take him. I am going to guarantee you of that. Middleton goes at 90, Draymond Green 91. The finishes round 9, starts round 10. Draymond is always an interesting player there. Kongwu, ooh, okay. I have no problem with the Kongwu. That's just not where I thought he'd go. And Suggs is going to be one of my guys that I look at as well here. Keno George a bit later on will be someone for me. Walker Kessler, no, I've got him in the queue, don't I? Kobe White. Okay. Yeah, whatever. He's fine. Who else are we going with here? We are getting to... I'm going to have to take a center. Is it Nurk? Or Colin Sexton's still around as well. Bogdanovic there. Someone rings my doorbell. Good for them. I'm sure Obi will go and try and open it. There he goes. Colin Sexton at 95. That's good to get Sexo there. Nurk at... Kuminga 96, Nurk 97, right? That's... Scoot at 98. Well, there goes my board. Aiden... I think Aiden's in Toronto. Would he take RJ Barrett? Let's just take him. And I'll go... I think Suggs has got to be my next guy. But I also said I needed a center. So do I take Walker Kessler? A tough spot. So what people don't know. Oh, Josh is picking RJ Hart. Like, yeah. Been very clear on my thoughts on RJ Barrett. Like, really clear. I think people hear me say something from 4 years ago, don't ever touch RJ Barrett, and that's literally not what I've said. It's always about like finding the right value, the right spot, adjusting to things. I'm going to adjust my opinions on things all the time. Keontae George started the bench, so we're into almost fly territory. We're in a 10-teamer here, so there's going to be just a lot of value available on the bench. Now, do I... Derek Lively. Walker Kessler was my other center. Well, those centers have all gone, man. What are my rebounds looking like? 7 a game? 5 assists, 21 points. I am going to take Jalen Suggs. I want to get some steals in there. And then I'll try and get a Lively, Gafford, Smith, Jackson Davis later. Pajemski goes at 103. So in a 10-teamer, we are like, as soon as we go into triple digits, we can just take some flyers. This is our bench. Terry Rozier sits there. Throw Derek Lively in. Herb Jones at 104. Yeah, it's reasonable. We know what the issues and the downsides are of Herb. Look, that's pretty clear, I think. McCullum in the right... Well, CJ McCullum going after Herb Jones is not something I expected, but I get it. Michael Porter goes at 108 as well. Michael Porter's ADP on Yahoo is like 60. Denny Avdia at 107. Wow. All right. Not expecting that. That's some interesting adjustments here. Chris Paul will throw in there as well into my queue. Cotolino, let's see. Are you going to mix it up for me? Highest ADP guy left is Jabari Smith at 86. Why is he still around? Jalen Green at 96. By the way, ESPN's projections have Jalen Green improving to be a 25-point scorer this season. Well, there goes Jabari Smith. So he took from the top of the queue. Well, he got timer expired, Cotolino. All right. I'm not going to reverse it now at this point. Jalen Green goes at 109. Oh, these guys are just picking from the top now, are they? Is that what's happening? It's all right. Get you some scoring. It's okay. Rozier still around is a little surprising. Dan Gafford's still sitting here with an ADP of 96. That's too high for me, but that's why he's still around. My percentages are solid. They're not awesome. They're solid. Rozier goes, and that is the end of round 11. We've got 2 rounds left. In a 10-teamer, it is harder to do, or it's not as vital, I think, to do as many upside plays. You're going to have a very active waiver wire all through the season. I can get some Tyus Jones. I'm just going to throw some names into my queue who I think need to be there. Who just went? Derek Lively. 111. All right. Well, he was an option for me, but he is no longer. Andre Drummond he took. Did he take Embiid? Yeah, okay. So he's full handcuffing that. It does, in a 10-teamer, you will be in real trouble if Embiid stays healthy for the first 20 games or so in terms of being able to hold on to Drummond. Because that's just a streaming spot that will give you nothing. But of course, that means Embiid's going to be playing and playing well, and maybe you've got the value from him at the start. It is early, though. Like I would think a majority of 10-teamers, he doesn't even get drafted. Gafford, Cotolino just booted, have you? Good for you, man. TJD, Trace Jackson Davis at 114. All right. Good to see him in that spot. Don't mind it. People are discussing the merits of the Drummond pick here. What do you think of that Drummond pick, everyone? listeners, watchers, viewers. Got 2 picks left. Have I actually taken a flyer guy? Not really. Like Rowan Barrett. The only pick I really hate that I did is Austin Reeves. I feel like I just went too early on that. I don't love that. Marcus Smart got timer expired. All right. These guys are booting out. Good for them. Chris Paul, 116. Really strong from you, Aiden. And we need to focus up here because it's getting back to my pick. What do I want to not double down on, but what do I want to get here? Do I want assists? Do I want to make them stronger? DiVincenzo goes at 117. Well, my queue has been almost eliminated. I honestly don't know what I'm doing here. What am I going to do? Tyce Jones, my queue's almost cooked. We are at pick 119. I want to take Al Horford in a 10-teamer. I might just grab John Collins here and just see what happens early on, and then that can be moved on from, and then we'll do maybe more upsidey in the next pick. Not really sure who it's going to be. Oh, it's Alexar, that's who it's going to be. To be my last selection to see what happens with Sarr. He'll probably be bad early on, I'm guessing. All right. I think the standings have got everyone projected out. Apart from Adhamy, whose team projects quite poorly, and Cotolino's, everyone else is projected very, very close, very tied in. So after John Collins, Aiden takes Ben Simmons. Fine. I think Simmons is going to start, honestly. Wow. And then you backed it up with John Isaac. That is risky, my guy. All right, well, they're 2 throwaway picks. We'll see maybe it works. And you know what, Aiden? If it does work, then it's just not no chance. But if it does work, you're cooking. You're cooking something. I know that. I don't know what it is. Aiden's out. Thanks for participating, mate. Who else are we going to go for? See, Mitch Robinson ADP has not been adjusted. Obviously, it won't because not enough drafts have happened yet, but he's sitting up the top. And he is not draftable now. What do we do with this last selection? What do I want to actually bring onto my team? It's probably assists and steals. Is anyone available to do that for me? Oh, no, it's Sarr that I'm taking. What am I talking about? Yeah, we're just going to take Alex Sarr. We're just going to fly her. Clint Capella got... Oh, it was me that got auto-picked. Al. I was talking. What was I doing? Anyway, you know who I wanted. I wanted Alex Sarr. I got auto-picked on Clint Capella. What a gigantic L that is. Oh, well. I'm sure some of you were sitting there going, pick it, Josh, your time's running out. Steph Castle, all right. Wow, okay. Sorry about that. That's absolutely embarrassing for me. I am shocked that Naz Reid has not gone, even though I'm not going to be the biggest Naz Reid guy this season. That's a little surprising that he's still there. Jeremy Grant also still there. Mike Conley still there. Wow, all right. Dyson Daniels. That Capella one, what does it do to my free throws? I'm going to guess it's not great. I don't know, I'm sitting all right. 80% free throws. That's fine. It's not where I wanted it to be. So it goes Clay, then Aaron Gordon, then Mike Conley. So we're doing reverse flyers here with these picks. Now, Cotolino, the auto draft legend. All right. I'll try and remember your name so you don't come into any more mocks. 3 picks left. Kiwi Tua and Damian 6 for the last 2 picks. Cotolino drops a Sabonis in round 1, then boots for the final 3 picks. Come on. Naz Reid was the auto pick there. Okay. 2 guys left. Malik Monk. Don't tell me Alex Sarr is going to go undrafted. So only one rookie's going to go in Steph Castle. Wow, there is a lot available. 10s are just too shallow, man. There's a lot available on the wire. An unbelievable amount of value on the wire here. Taylor Hendricks with the final pick as an upside guy. All right. That is the draft over and done with. That is the third show that I've done today, and that is where we're at. So my team is Nikola Jokic at pick number 2, Damian Lillard, Jalen Brunson, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Brown. Wow, I did not realize I did that. DeAndre Ayton. Holy shit, another one. Jalen Duren, D'Angelo Jalen Russell, Austin Reeves, Rowan Barrett Jr. Oh my, another one. Jalen Suggs, John Collins, and the dental plan legend, Clint Capella. So overall, my team is all right. Really tightly packed projected standings. Aiden Fantasy Basketball projected out probably the strongest. That's the Giannis Edwards LeBron team. Where did he get his value? Let's have a look at it. Why is his team looking so good? Not really sure. Anyway, he projects out the strongest. And on the bottom is Ad Hamey. But again, that was just mainly that last... Oh, he took both Thompsons and Scoot and Pajemski. All right. We're out of here. That's my third show. I'm tired. Tell me what you thought of the draft down below. Guys, we are done here. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. See ya.